Man, this year's World Athletics relays are absolutely popping off. Day 1 was wild with some blazing fast times and a killer men's 4x100, but Day 2 was on a whole other level. It was pure hype. We witnessed another massive world record from Team Jamaica in the mixed 4x1, clocking a crazy 39.62 seconds. Then the women's 4x1 took off. Elaine Thompson-Herah absolutely torched the final 100 meters, bringing the team home in exactly 42 seconds flat. Team USA grabbed a speedy win in the men's 4x1 at 37.43. Then it was time for Team Norway to dominate the women's 4x4. They won in a lightning-fast 3 minutes, 20.96 seconds, with Henriette Jerger splitting under 49 seconds on the anchor leg. Every single event was impressive, showing off a massive amount of talent across all these different track and field disciplines. But man, did that men's 4x400 steal the show. It was easily the highlight of the day because, in this one single race, we saw some of the most unbelievable performances in sprinting history, with Botswana leading the entire pack. This was one of the greatest 4x4s I have ever witnessed. They took a massive victory in 2 minutes, 54.47 seconds. That performance puts them at number 3 all-time, trailing only the world record set way back in 1993 when the United States took gold in Stuttgart, Germany. Then there is the gold medal time from Team USA at the 2024 Paris Olympics. For Botswana, Lythe Pillay opened things up with a blazing 44.26, a 43.50 from Tobo, who was flying again, then a 43.62 from Bapo and Dory. And on the anchor, check this out, it was Collen Kebinatshipi showing up big time with a crazy 43.09 to win it. What is wild is he mostly paced himself until the final 100 meters when he exploded. He honestly could have gone under 43 if he really wanted to. This Botswana squad just proved to the whole world that they are not to be messed with. And here is the kicker. This is clearly not even their final form yet. For starters, Tobo went out way too fast over the opening 200 in his split, hitting around 19.3. Then you had Kebinatshipi, who definitely could have pushed harder in the first half, but he was just focused on the win. We also have to mention that this is by far the fastest 4x4 ever recorded in the month of May. Usually, almost every time in the top 10 list was set later in the season, during August or September. This is a huge deviation from the norm. Honestly, if Team Botswana had more time to hit peak 100% fitness, I have no doubt that world record could fall. That is really saying something, considering that world record has stood strong for more than 3 decades now. I am seriously impressed with how fast this Botswana team is improving. However, the biggest story of the day might not even be Botswana. Team South Africa took second place with a brand new national record of 255.07. We witnessed something that I really do not think anyone was quite prepared for. And that was the single fastest 4x4 relay split in history, confirmed by sources like the GOAT PJ Weisel and Athletics Analysis. Much appreciated, guys. On the second leg, South Africa's Lythe Pillay dropped a mind-blowing split of 42.66 seconds. Just look at the gap behind Tobo. Look at how far ahead he was by the time they finished those splits. This performance officially takes down the previous fastest split in history. Coincidentally, that record belonged to the legendary Michael Johnson, who anchored the U.S. team with a split of 42.94. That used to be the only sub-43 split ever. But in this historic race, Pillay crushed that mark by over a quarter of a second. His 42.66 is now legendary. Per Weisel, Pillay hit these numbers with incredibly consistent splits. 10.2 for the first 100, a flat 10 for the second, and 10.7 for the third. He finished with an 11.88 for the final 100, which might not sound super fast for a closing stretch. But Wade Vannekerk's world record had a final 100 of 12.03, and he was smoking everyone. That shows you just how fast Pillay was moving. This means Pillay went through the 200 at 20.2, the 300 at 30.9, and finished the split at 42.66. Absolutely ridiculous. Going in, I thought maybe Tobo or Kebinatshipi would be the ones to go sub-43, but not Pillay. Previously, he clocked 20.9 in the 200 and 31.58 in the 300. He had a 44.31 in the 400, and his previous best relay split was a 43.97. This means he just improved his relay time by a massive margin. We are talking a 1.3-second jump in a 400-meter relay. That is a giant leap no matter how you analyze the stats. It was easily the fastest split of the entire day. Incredibly, this 4x4 did not just have 1 or 2 sub-44 splits. It had 8, including Pillay, Kebinatshipi, and Reese Holder. Thomas Reynolds, Les Lafaux and Dory, Zaki N, and Aidan Murphy all went under 44. Also, a huge shout-out to Team Australia. They could not quite keep pace with Botswana and South Africa, but they still ran one of the greatest races in track history. With splits like these, it is only a matter of time before Wade Vannekerk's 400-meter world record goes down. His time of 43.03 is under serious threat. Even though the splits were historically fast and Pillay threw down that insane 42.66, the world is still watching. But do not expect them to shatter 43.03 soon. In relays, the clock just ticks differently. The secret weapon? Those running starts. They shave off a massive chunk of time from the very beginning. We are talking 0.5 to over 1.2 seconds. It is not an exact science, but that momentum creates a massive advantage. This was easily one of the greatest 4x4s ever. Lythe Pillay from South Africa just made history, dropping an insane 42.66-second split. Now, I want to hear from you. What did you think of that wild 4x400-meter race? What is your takeaway from South Africa? How about Botswana? And what about that performance from Lythe Pillay?